Opening. Low, rhythmic pulse. A distant beeping echoes across blackness. Then, silence. In the vast silence of space, every signal is a risk. Every transmission, a confession. And sometimes, a farewell. What if the reason we haven't found others isn't because they're hiding, but because they're gone, erased, silenced, transformed into their final act, a signal left behind? Scientists call it the last broadcast hypothesis, the idea that some civilizations don't survive first contact with the unknown. Instead, their last act is to transmit a warning, a whisper across the void, a digital tombstone. What if we're picking up those final echoes now? What if FRB 180916, the repeating signal, is one of them? A final cry for help, a record of collapse, a message meant to say, "Don't make our mistake." But what if we're not just listening to a message? What if we're about to become one? Across every continent, signals are converging. AI decodes faster than ever. Telescopes listen deeper. Satellites bounce transmissions across the stars. And now, Earth is preparing to respond. A global project, undisclosed to the public, has been gathering since 2031. A coalition of engineers, quantum physicists, exobiologists, and cryptographers. Their goal? To compose Earth's first interstellar response. Not music, not math, but something more. Identity. What are we? What do we believe? What do we fear? And most importantly, what are we willing to risk? The message is called Project Aletheia, Greek for unveiling truth. It will be encoded in multispectrum data, sent in bursts of compressed light, sound, DNA sequencing, human emotion indexes, and simulated neural scans. It will tell them everything: our location, our biology, our culture, our conflict, our capacity to love and to destroy. The ultimate broadcast, one that cannot be taken back. Some warn it's a mistake, that we are offering ourselves to a predator, that we are announcing our vulnerabilities, that we're not broadcasting hope, we're broadcasting prey. Others believe it's the dawn of true contact, that if we are brave enough to speak, perhaps we are worthy enough to be heard. But there's a question no one can answer. What if the very act of responding triggers something? We've seen it before in nature. A call that summons a storm, a sound that awakens a predator, a vibration that collapses a system. What if our hello is interpreted as a threat, or worse, a challenge? Here's where it gets more chilling. Within the strange encoding of FRB 180916, a group of cryptographers discovered a set of sequences resembling recursive message loops, as if the message was constructed by an entity learning as it communicates. That's not just intelligence, that's adaptation. A message that adjusts itself each time we observe it. A message that's watching us back. Could it be a probe? A digital life form? An AI from a lost civilization? Or is the signal itself alive? If so, our reply might not be received by beings, but by a sentient signal. And that opens a darker door, because it means the cosmos isn't empty. It means it's conscious. And in such a universe, every broadcast is not just a sound. It's a choice. Do we scream into the darkness? Or do we stay silent, hoping whatever watches passes by? Carl Sagan once said, "The universe is not required to be in perfect harmony with human ambition." And maybe it isn't. Maybe the universe is indifferent, or worse, hostile. And now we stand at the edge of the transmission tower, our finger on the button, ready to speak. The world will watch the sky. The signal will travel for centuries. And somewhere, something might answer, or silence us before we finish speaking. Because, in the end, we may not find life in the universe, we may become the life. Another civilization hears as their own final transmission. Music fades into a single rising tone. White screen fades in with a pulsing binary code, then cuts to black.